Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another episode. Today we've got a person all the way from down under. He looks suave, he's jazzy and funky. I knew he was a musician from when I first saw him. We have the one and only Jono, and he's going to tell us about what it's like to be in a band. Nice to have you here today, Jono.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
So tell us, when did you first realise that you had a love of music and you wanted to be a musician?
Oh, well, probably when I was very little. I don't think I was very good at anything else, so I thought that this is probably the best situation for me. I can't put up an IKEA shelf or fix anything. But no, I just think it just got to me when I was very young. I just thought, this moves me, it makes me feel something, I want to do it more. And then I was around lots of people who did it well, and I think they kind of inspired me, and got myself into a band and did some study, and things led from there.
Were your parents into music, any of them?
Lightly, yeah, nothing cool. I wish they had better taste than they did, but no, I don't remember them having amazing taste, but they definitely encouraged my musical taste, or musical direction. If I was into something, they always say is just work hard and do your best, and I did my best.
So being from down under, I understand they do exercise every day. Do you also do music every day when you was in school?
Well, I went to a music school, actually a classical music school. I'm more of a soul, funk, pop singer these days, but yeah, when I was at school, I did classical double bass and played in orchestras and things like that, and which I really enjoyed. And that
around the country, around the world with it.
Well, we did some school tours actually. Yeah, I went to China and Singapore and around Australia. So that was a good experience for us as kids, definitely. And that kind of definitely helped with the next steps of my career for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so why did you make the transition from the classical to the funk?
Good question. I mean, I think I really did love classical music, and I still do to an extent. It does still move me a lot. But I think there was something about the energy of funk and soul music and the freedom of it all that I think I found very appealing, and didn't know much about it. But then the band that I got into, seemed to be their jam, and we just did more of that kind of stuff, and it kind of spiked my curiosity, and then ended up doing more and more, and that ended up being very much my thing. I mean, gosh, I often wonder what it would have been to be a professional orchestral player, but that's not where my path has led me, and you do have to commit quite early when you want to do something like that. So I think that ship has now sailed. But I do love both. I think I love music.
I hear you. I can understand what you say about classical. I partly brought up on classical.
Yeah.
And I like it until this day. Many people look at me strange, like, why are you playing this? And I also love my funk, soul. There's certain radio stations that are dedicated to 70s music with the Motown. So that's like, there's high likelihood I'd have it on that TV channel, on that radio station.
Yeah.
So tell me, Jono, what have you learned throughout your music career that you wish you knew when you had started?
I don't think I feel that way. As in, I don't feel like I think I've learned so much on my journey that I realised that kind of having something on the start of your journey is all right, but actually you learn from your failures and your trip ups and from trying things and seeing what works, seeing what you like. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but I've really enjoyed the journey, and I think, you know, I probably started out in the best way I could, with a bit of an open mind and just enjoying music and listening to as much as I could. I think the only thing I would have told myself would be just to believe myself a bit more. That said, I think it was good to have some humility in the process as well, you know, to not think that I was, you know, incredible right from the get-go, because I had some hard yards to graft, and I had to put the work in, put the hours in, and learn my craft and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think it would have been helped. It would not have helped me to be too cocky. You know,
but you have a natural gift for it.
In a way. I think I've always had good musical intuition, good ears, and I can make a good show happen. I don't think I was the best singer in the world, but I know how to make the right sounds, you know, and I can, I don't know, I like to be on stage, and I like to connect with people, and love to make a good night happen and stuff like that. I mean, I don't sing anywhere near as much as I used to now. I'm much more a vocal coach, and I work in television a lot, but I guess I try to transfer what I think I find really compelling about music and singing and being on stage to those who I coach, and they often have some really big performances to put on, so you're kind of in it with them in many respects. So yeah.
So what brought you to London?
Well, I was born in London. I grew up in Australia, but I had a passport for London, so for the UK. So I thought, well, if I'm going to seek my fortune and see what the world has to offer, this is probably the most accessible place for me. And I'd rinsed Perth, where I'm from, West Australia, as much as possible, and, well, as much as I'd wanted to. And let's say...
There's something underlines beat it to
well, you know, it's a nice place, it's a beautiful place. It's just so isolated, and it's just, you know, I'm a guy who loves the big city. I love the excitement. I love, you know, opportunities and all that. So, and I'd done an album and released it over Australia and toured a bit, and I thought, actually, I need to now step out and go to the big smoke. So
many people say that certain places where they've come from are very closed-minded or small-minded. Would you say you've had experienced that with Perth, or? I
mean, I had a really positive experience at Perth, and I think, you know, when you're around the people in the arts, they tend to be a bit more open-minded anyway.
Liberal, aren't they?
A bit more liberal. You know, I went to a performing arts university, and, you know, it's you know, being around arty-farty people, you tend to find that they are a bit more open, and there's a lot of really great things that happened in Perth. You know, great, you know, festivals, and I studied jazz at uni, so that was one of the best jazz courses I could have done in Australia. So that was, you know, in Perth, and so there was some good stuff there for me. You know, I think you can't help but be isolated though, like, you know, to be so far away from everything else, to feel that sense of being a little bit disconnected from the rest of the world.
What is Perth known for? I know Australia's known for sheep.
That's New Zealand, I think, but we do have sheep in Australia.
You've got some cattle.
We've got a lot of animals.
No, you've got a lot. There's more. Is it more sheep than people or something?
I think that's New Zealand. I'm pretty sure that's New Zealand.
No, it's not.
Is it?
I've seen you.
Well, we have loads of sheep in Perth.
Is it bulls? You've got these helicopter farmers.
Yeah.
You've never seen those?
I mean, I've been here for 13 years now, so.
Oh, is it?
I'm a bit disconnected.
You just come the other day.
No, I've been here a long time. No, I'm taking an Uber because I'm late, not because I don't know the buses.
Okay.
I know my buses.
Okay, fair enough.
No,
So you're fully settled into London then?
Yeah, London's home now.
So you're talking about music. If somebody wants to hear your music, where do you play? What's the name of your group?
Well, like I said, I don't do as much performance these days. I'm more of a coach, but my music is on Spotify. My name is JonoMcneil. Jono, Jono McNeil, McNeil. I've got quite a bit of stuff I've released over the years, but yeah, gosh, it's been a while. I think 2018 was my last kind of release, which I was happy with. I guess these days I'm in artist development, so I work with other artists.
You said you was in films, is that right? Films, media?
TV.
TV. What TV?
So I work on The Voice, The Voice Kids, and
okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't watch TV, so even though I say that, okay, The Voice Kids. Okay. So look out for Jono, The Voice on The Voice Kids.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I don't watch much TV those days either, so you're in good company.
I
Speaking of though, my voice is about to collapse. I've been coaching all day.
Yeah, don't worry.
And I might have to give it a little break.
Yeah, I understand. Well, thanks a lot for
colleagues.
That. Much appreciated, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much. Sorry I didn't catch you.
We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.